Hello, everyone. This is your Astrology Horoscope for Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Second week of 2024. New moon in Capricorn. We're in the balsamic phase of this new moon in Capricorn, and as we come into today, the moon is going to be on top of Mars, kicking shit into gear. We're starting to feel this trine from Mars to Jupiter. Saturn is in there sextiling, and also today the sun is going to be making an awesome trine to Uranus. So in this balsamic moon, I feel like we're going to start seeing some very positive things show up here. We're finally off of this super insane, out of this fucking world Mercury square Neptune. Like, we're moving through that. So that's over with, finally. I mean, this moon on top of Mars is starting to trine Jupiter. It's going to kick off this nice, wonderful trine to Jupiter. So a lot of positive things are starting to show up in our lives. You know, especially when it comes to things that we've been really working on and building and manifesting with our larger destiny and, you know, our image in the world and how we want to be perceived in the world and just what makes us feel secure in our beliefs and our passions and what we're manifesting. And I think today, like, we can really see some wonderful things show up in our lives. We've been really pushing forward and very slowly. You know, Taurus moves slow. So this has been a slow, long process. And Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, this new moon, it's like, what have we been growing and building over a long period of time? This isn't just new things and new adventures that we're taking. Like, these are things that we've been really putting a lot of time, energy, effort, money, resources, love, passion, intensity with Mars. I mean, it's intense. Like, a lot of positive things are showing up today with where we've put our energy and our manifesting energy. This is powerful manifestation and taking action on our manifestation. And really, the moon is charging Mars with this trine to Jupiter on an emotional level. And Saturn is still there supporting our in a subconscious spiritual way. Like, it's still giving us this support here. So, you know, Saturn is also making a sextile to Jupiter. So there's so much positive energy between Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn today of things that are really showing up. And it's things that we knew that would show up, even though we've been going through such crazy, insane times with all these squares to Neptune. We still got to get through Venus square Neptune. But still, like, there's still so much to look forward here and so much optimism and so much faith within ourselves and belief and hope. That's what Jupiter is all about. And Mars is helping us make that real, and the moon is really charging that emotionally and really helping us put our heart and our feelings and our soul and our instincts. Like, this is giving us the ability to trust our instincts on a very deep level, to just know, like, hey, like, I felt this way for a long time, and I knew that this is what was going to happen, and we've been trying to make this happen. Like, things are starting to show up. And with this trine to Uranus today, you know, I think some really exciting things are going to pop up out of nowhere in a very cool way, in a very exciting way. And it's things that you've hoped for, but also showing up in ways that you didn't expect with Uranus. Uranus is always going to show up in ways that you didn't really, you thought it was going to be one way. And even when it did show up, it wasn't what it looked like. It was in a whole different form than what you envisioned, right? And it's always for the better. So the sun trining Uranus with all this other positive energy between Mars and Jupiter and Saturn, it's like there's very, very exciting things to be showing up over these next few days and with this new moon. But at the same time, it's like as much positivity and action we're taking towards our goals and our vision and setting our boundaries and testing our limits and pushing the limits, it's like I feel like this is where our boundaries and our limits get tested, is with the sun on, getting ready to square the nodes. So when it comes to our own personal destiny and how we want to be received in the world and our legacy and what we want to leave behind with the hard work that we do and what we build throughout this lifetime, it's like when it comes to our relationships with other people and our relationship to ourself and our own individual identity in the world, it's like there is this push and pull with the sun that's illuminating. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, it's like no matter how much you're putting into your own identity and your own self-love and self-work and all this stuff, all those kind of catchphrases in the spiritual world, self-love, this and that, or, on the South Node in Libra, it's like all these different kinds of relationships that you're getting thrown into and things that are popping up all over the place and, not having full control or autonomy over yourself and letting relationships dictate the path that you're going on. It's like, at the end of the day, what's really important is right now with this new moon is what we're leaving behind, our legacy, what we're building, something that's going to be here after we die, right? I mean, Capricorn being ruled by Saturn, it's like, unless you're being cremated, it's like there's still pieces of us that are left here on this earth. Even if you're cremated when you die, right? Like that's Saturn. Saturn rules the bones. So, bones dissolve and, they melt in with the earth. But at the end of the day, it's like there are pieces of us physically that are still here forever. And what we leave and what we build in this lifetime can be here forever. But at the same time, it's like with all this identity struggle we've been going on with Chiron and Aries, it's like we still have to work towards a bigger goal and a bigger achievements in life. So we can leave something behind that's great. And greatness isn't achieved without hard work and just setting the emotions aside, which is what Capricorn does, and it's what this new moon is really pushing us to do. And with this new moon, it's going to be squaring the nodes. So, we want to set ourselves aside. We want to set all these kind of nonsensical relationship issues and chaos that the South Node in Libra is bringing in and challenging us with karmically, because it's all karmic. All this stuff that's coming up with our identity issues and our ego and, how we want to be in the world and how we want others to see us and how we want to prove ourselves to others and our relationship stuff that's coming. It's all karmic, So there's definitely some karmic stuff with the sun square the nodes and this new moon. So at the end of the day, today, there's so much positive stuff to be had. It's just the challenge is to not be getting caught up too much in yourself and too much in others. It's like we still want to stay on the path towards the top of the mountain. That's the journey that we're on. And it is a journey. Climbing a mountain is not easy. And if we're too caught up in our own egos or we're too caught up in relationship bullshit and yada, 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 it's like we're missing out on this opportunity to really get to the top. So this new moon, so we want to utilize this energy to just push forward and get to the top. And that's where we're going. And today, this moon and Mars, sun, Uranus trine, there's so much positive energy to really push forward and push towards our higher goals and our higher destiny. And with Saturn here supporting that as well, like this is coming from a spiritual deep place. Like a very deep spiritual place. And Saturn in Pisces is to teach us. It's like, hey, we can't just be getting caught up in our subconscious issues and just letting things pass by or say, oh, we'll do it tomorrow. It's like Capricorn wants to do it now. And it understands the structure of things. And a structure depends on, in order to, get to this place, I have to get this done first. I have to check this off the list. Capricorn has to move in a very methodical fashion to get from rank to rank, from top to top. It's like you have to earn your position. Whether you're on a team, a sports team, you got to earn your position. And you got to work your way through the ranks, like in the military. This is very Capricorn stuff. It's like you got to start out as a private and you work your way up to be a general. In any system, in any structure, whether you're you work in some sort of, Fortune 500 company. It's like you start out, you got to earn your respect and work your way through the top. But I think a lot of this positive energy that's coming through, it's like we felt so close to this spiritual purpose within us, and that now, like, it's starting to manifest physically. If you've really been doing the work. And things are starting to show up in such a positive way now. And this first half of the year is pretty positive. The second half of the year, once we get into October and November and December, shit's going to get wild. It's going to get crazy. And some of the most unexpected, wild shit's going to happen. That's really going to further our evolution. And we all kind of know that. We all kind of feel that. But this is allowing us to be ready and prepared for what's to come. And be aware and have the tools. And this is what Capricorn does. Capricorn is like a master chess player. It can see 5 moves ahead, right? It can see the next 5 moves of your opponent. Your next 5 moves. And we want to be prepared for all the wildness coming in this year. Pluto, Aquarius transit, retrograding back into Capricorn. During an election year in America, like, it's not, and I think too with Capricorn, like, we have to go here. So it's like across the whole world, it's not just one of the most important election cycles in the United States. It's like there's 40 other elections happening in 40 other countries all at the same time. So this is big power moves and big, massive chess moves all happening at once. It's not just some isolated event in our own reality, because at the end of the day, every system is connected. So we want to think 5 steps ahead. And with all this positive stuff coming in that's starting to manifest physically, and opportunities that are actually starting to show up now, we want to utilize that to be 5 steps ahead, to be outside the matrix. And I think that's the key is to, with Capricorn, it's like you want to be able to know your opponent's next move. You want to be able to know what you're up against in your own life, in your own relationships. That's the sun square the nodes. It's like you want to be able to see 5 steps ahead and be able to plan. Capricorn makes a plan and executes the plan at a high level. So today is definitely a day where a lot of extremely positive things are coming in, and we want to take advantage of that and be ahead and be on top of shit. Saturn in Pisces is getting some wonderful, is giving us some amazing support here. So we want to be checking the checks and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So we want to utilize this to get to a better place spiritually, physically, mentally, on every level. So we're getting ready for this new moon tomorrow, and it's really going to kick off things in a really amazing way. As long as we're staying true to our path and our destiny in the world and not getting caught up in the North and the South node and Libra and just our ego and our identity and relationship stuff. It's like we want to stay on our destiny. We all have our own individual journeys and our own destiny in the world. And that's what the 10th house in Capricorn is all about. This is Saturn time. So have a plan, execute it, utilize all this positive energy coming through. I will see you guys for the new moon tomorrow, and have a wonderful Wednesday. Peace out.